Hello YouTube, it's Ryan here with Hobbies of Man once again, and today we are doing another manga review. Today we're going to be looking at Rooster Fighter Volume 1. This is a first impressions review of it. And Rooster Fighter Volume 1 has not come out in English just yet. I think it's going to come out sometime later this year, and I think it's going to be published by Viz Media, if I remember correctly. I think they're going to do it in Viz signature size, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me, but that's what I remember a few months ago. So there you go. Now this is in Spanish. This is by Panini Manga, Mexico, and it's actually a pretty cool edition. So I'll show you that in a minute, but let's go over the book facts first. So the title, of course, is Rooster Fighter, as you guys can see all over the thing, you know, even in the back and the side, of course. So there you go. And this is written by Shu Sakuratani, who is actually a very active person online, and he's very active with the Hispanic manga community. So, you know, if you tag him on something, he'll definitely respond, and he usually also tries to respond in Spanish, which is really awesome. I think that's super awesome. I think it's like very, very cool that he does that, and he's actually responded to me a few times, and I love it. It's very, very cool. And this is published by Panini Manga Mexico, like I said. The demographic for this is seinen, and the genres here are action, comedy, and you could almost call this a parody as well, in the same way that One Punch Man is a parody of Battle Shonen. This is kind of like similar in that sense. And this currently doesn't have an adaptation, but in Japan, I think there's up to 3 volumes of this. So an adaptation will probably come, you know, in a few more volumes, you know, when it gets to around volume 7 or 8. I think that's usually when they get enough chapters to start deciding if they want to make an anime. So but yeah, no anime just yet, but it is a very interesting series. I don't even know if it would get an anime. I think it might be, you know, a little too adult/graphic for an anime, but it's pretty fun. So yeah, let me get into showing you all of the interesting stuff that comes with this edition, and then we'll talk about the premise and, you know, stuff about the book. So, first of all, since this is in Spanish and this is the first volume, Panini Manga Mexico usually gives you a cool little bookmark, which is kind of branded for the series. So there you go. That's the first side, which matches the front, and then this side in the back, which matches the stuff that's written down here, and it has a silhouette of our rooster as well as the little logo there for him. And this was also you know, included because the mangaka, when he was kind of getting people to, you know, talk about his series, and after he noticed that a lot of Latin American countries were really interested in it, started making drawings and posting them on his Facebook, I think, or on his Twitter. I can't remember if he actually did post them on Twitter, but the point is that he made these, and he made a one for each kind of country. So there's one for Mexico, there's one for Spain, there's one for Argentina. I think there's one for Peru and Chile as well. I can't remember any others, but this one is cool. It has a Mexican hat and a sarape, and he's standing in front of one of the very important pyramids in Mexico. So it's very cool. I think this is the Pyramid of the Sun near Teotihuacan or Tenochtitlan. I can't remember exactly, but it's near Mexico City. I've been there. It's very cool. And this is, I guess, a very interesting thing. It's very unlikely that we're going to get anything like this for the US, but it would be really awesome if they managed to at least get a colored page to, you know, kind of have something like this in the US edition, but who knows, right? So yeah, and then here on the other side is Rooster Fighter. Again, it's kind of like the same silhouette that you see here, and the same font as well. Oh, well, actually, this font matches one of the fonts up here, and that's basically all there is to it. It says you can't sell this, and then it has Shu Sakuratani 2021 right there. So yeah, those are the 2 things that come included with the package. And of course, since this is a Mexican manga, it has a dust jacket. And this is what the actual volume looks like. This one has a slight kind of printing error. If you guys notice, there's kind of stripes of yellow along the cover, and they're not supposed to be there. It was kind of a problem that happened with the first edition of this manga, because some quality control issues happened with the paper that they were using for the cover. But yeah, there's nothing on the back, but the front here has some more Rooster Fighter stuff, and it says 01 because that's the thing. that this is, right? The first volume. And here's the cover page, and there's no color pages at all, but you know, it's pretty nice looking. So there you go. It would have been nice if we had a color page, but with all of the little extras that we got, I can't really complain all too much. There's a very floppy title. It's very loose. It kind of reminds me of the Seven Seas titles. Like the ones in the small size are usually very floppy, which is really nice. I actually like it a lot. It makes it really easy to read because you can open it and kind of move it a lot, and it doesn't really affect the book at all. So yeah, the premise here is basically there's this rooster who happens to have essentially superpowers. He's super strong, and he has this kind of scream ability. He kind of calls it his what's it called? Like his bird's call or something like that. He says kikiriki in the manga, but of course that's what the onomatopoeia for a rooster crowing is in Spanish, so that's why he says it like that. In English he'll probably say something different, and it's kind of interesting. But as you guys can see, this rooster is a fighter, and he basically has the same vibe as One Punch Man. He's super powerful. He kind of defeats creatures very quickly, but he doesn't really have like the way that One Punch Man acts. This guy kind of believes that he's kind of badass and cool, and he always tries to be this kind of like very cool errant knight that's just going around, you know, messing with the ladies and saving everyone. But he also has this kind of very personal reason to defeat these monsters that show up, which are kind of like kaiju. They're called kaiji in this or kuji, something like that. It's slightly different from kaiju. It's not exactly kaiju, but it is something similar, but it is not the same. And yeah, it looks like he's trying to avenge his younger sibling who was killed by a kaiju. And he kind of has a grudge, and he's trying to do this, and he saves people along the way because that's just kind of what he does. But it is kind of funny, and you know, we have a lot of different things happening, and he eventually meets this turtle hermit who is literally just like Roshi, but an actual turtle, and I think that's pretty funny. And you know, it's very fun, it's very cool. The art style is very interesting, and other than that, it's basically One Punch Man, but all the monsters are like from Yagan. So that's basically how I can describe this. And the main character is a rooster. And overall, it's great. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun. It wasn't as funny as I thought originally. I thought this was going to be really hilarious and very, you know, comedic. It is comedic, and there is kind of an interesting bit of like fun to be had, but it is slightly more serious than you would really think initially. But it is really fun and really enjoyable, and it's actually just a cool fighting manga. So yeah, look, here's when he does this kind of like scream, and as you guys can see right there, he says kikiriki, which is, like I said, the onomatopoeia, or the kind of way in which we describe the sound that a rooster makes in Spanish, which is really fun. And yeah, that's all I have to say about Rooster Fighter. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.